Good morning, gang. Happy Monday morning. So, you want to know how close we are to the end of the United States as we know it? 8 years, literally. I mean, politically at least, if we even make it that long economically. Uh, we all know Joe is beholden to China. Joe is beholden to Ukraine. I mean, both of them probably have more dirt on the Bidens that Biden would spend the last, I don't know what, 15 months of his life in federal prison. Not that it shouldn't be at the end of a rope, but, treason has penalties. Joe apparently is also getting in bed with Mexico. Big surprise, right? Okay. What, we've got 5 million somewhat illegals that have come across the border at least in Joe's tenure so far, more than any other president in history, just to let you know. Yesterday, funny how this came out on a Sunday afternoon when nobody's paying attention except this guy. Okay. Yesterday, it came out that Mexico's President Obrador has requested, and Biden is seriously considering, to grant work visas for, get this, 10 million illegals in the United States. Now, that's not the only thing he requested, too. He also requested that the United States pay Mexico $20 billion to help stem any further illegal immigration. Okay. But literally to tell the United States you need to grant work visas to 10 million Hispanics, and Biden considering agreeing with this, is problematic. I'm going to give you what they're going to shove down our throats. It's no big surprise to anybody that Social Security is about to go broke. Okay. And I've said to you many times, the whole illegal thing is not because of whatever the pundits want to spin it to, but it's because the government wants more taxpayers, more people to pay into the Ponzi scheme that is Social Security, so they can kick the can down the road so we don't have to keep hearing Social Security be broke, Social Security be broke. Remember, the birth rate in the United States has dropped by 60% since the 1960s. We went from 2.5 kids to 1.4 kids. Okay? There aren't as many new workers coming in as people going on Social Security. And no, the money that you put into Social Security is long gone. Okay. The only way you're getting a Social Security check now or in the future is if some millennial or some Gen Zer goes and gets a job. Okay. That's where your Social Security's at risk. So Joe and Obrador want to give work visas to 10 million people. We don't know yet what the Republicans are going to say about this, but we know how they'll bitch and moan on Fox News all day long until the vote comes up and they'll go, okay, we'll let you do it. Right? Okay. This is where the problem comes in. If we add 10 million work visas, within a few years, they're allowed to apply for a green card. And within 5 years after that, they're allowed to apply for citizenship. Which means if we did that now, by the 2032 elections, we'd have 10 million more voters on the rolls. Okay. Now, we're not importing the best and brightest. Okay. It's not surgeons that are coming here. It's strawberry pickers. Okay. Why does Mexico want to do this? Well, there's a real easy answer to that one. The second largest contributor to the Mexican GDP is Mexican citizens working in the United States sending money back to the country. Okay. Mexico is a very beautiful country. Mexico could be a very powerful, profitable country if it wasn't for all the corruption. Okay. What do you think 10 million people is going to bring to the United States? Well, you probably have a whole lot more taco trucks out there, but this is the thing. We're going to get all the corruption and all that money that is going to be made that Joe thinks he's going to get taxes on is going to wind up back in Mexico. He'll keep some, but, hey, let's get 10 million more people to increase the street sales of fentanyl, cocaine, whatever you want coming across the border, right? Because, the cartels haven't gone away and they're loving the fact, hey, you can put 10 million more people in. I got some you can send over. They owe me. Want to keep the coyotes in business? Hey, let's start giving green cards out. But this is the deal, all right? So we start to look at what would happen if we got 10 million new voters on the rolls by 2032. Now, I'm going to give you this. The two most populous states by illegals, you'd be surprised at this one, okay, are Texas and Florida. Remind me again how Texas and Florida voted in 2020. Both of them went red, big time, okay? Trump won Texas by about 600,000 votes. Trump won Florida by about 400,000 votes. Those numbers are important, okay? Right now, what you have is somewhere around 1.6 million illegals that live in Texas and 900,000 illegals that live in Florida. Okay? If all of a sudden those people are allowed to vote, who do we want to vote for? Well, the Democrats are the ones that gave me the ability to get citizenship. If 2/3 of them vote for whoever the Democrat candidate was in 2020 or 2032, both states flip blue. There is literally no path ever again to the White House for I won't say for a Republican, I'll say for anybody but a liberal communist to go to the White House. Because once Texas and Florida are gone, it's over, guys. That's it. Okay. Now, we hear all these stories about, the Republicans are not going to give any more money to Ukraine until we fix the border. To hell with Ukraine, okay? We shouldn't be giving any more money to them, period. And we shouldn't be giving any more money to anything until we fix the border. The House should come up and say, done. The only thing that's going through at this point is mandatory spending, period, okay? Social Security, Department of Defense, that sort of stuff. Forget anything else. No discretionary spending whatsoever. Will they do that? No, because of course that means shutting the government down and they don't want to do it. Remember, a politician does not give a rat's ass about their constituents. Their only jobs in Washington are to raise money and to get reelected. That is it. Okay? You are only good to them one day every 2, 4, or 6 years, and that is when they are up for reelection. You can vote for me. You're important. I'll kiss your baby on election day. I'll spit on you the other 364 days of the year. There's the page 1 of how to be a politician. Okay. But it gets better. Okay. Yesterday, again, on a Sunday, putting through where nobody's paying attention, California, that liberal utopia shithole it is, okay, passed a law that now makes gender reassignment surgery free for illegals. Okay? Now, I can't say there's millions of people rushing to the doctor to go, hey, chop it off, hey, glue it on, whatever. But has California just decided, well, we're going to be a gender reassignment surgery tourist attraction? You know, I mean, kind of like, we talk about anchor babies and stuff like that, Chinese women. I got to get into the United States before I, have a baby. That way the kid will have U.S. citizenship, or Hispanics or anybody like that. Can you see this now? Well, I live in Sri Lanka and I'm really not happy with who I am as a man. So I'm going to take a flight to Tijuana, run across the border to San Diego, say, hi, I'm here, chop it off. And, oh, thanks, you guys paid for it. Now I'm back on my way to Sri Lanka again. Okay. That's literally what we got going on. And you're paying for it. And before anybody comes up and says, well, I don't live in California, I'm not paying for it. Yeah. Not so fast, Sparky. 2 years ago, California had a budget surplus of $100 billion. And they were crowing all over the place. Look at us, we've got $100 billion, and you need to follow the California model. So today, California has a $68 billion shortfall. They have pissed away $168 billion in 2 years. One state. Okay. So they don't have enough revenue of their own. So they need to get it from somewhere. Now, this is where the fun one comes in, because the liberals love to give you half the story. Okay. Oh, California is the 7th largest economy in the world. If it was a country of its own, it would be, Please, go be a country of your own. We don't want you. Okay. The number one state to receive federal aid in the United States is, oh, surprise, California. The 2024 federal budget allocates nearly $44 billion in federal aid to California. The second largest state, Texas, $27 billion. So California is getting $17 billion more than any other state. I mean, to give you this, that $17 billion difference, the 5th highest state for getting federal aid is Virginia at $17 billion. So California is getting the lion's share of all the federal money and pissing it away on these liberal policies. Okay? And yet the people still vote for Gavin Newsom or Nancy Pelosi or Maxine Waters or Adam Schiff, or pick one of the other mental midgets that come out of California. I mean, there aren't very many, if any, competent politicians at all, either party, that come out of California. Pretty much proven that. Okay, it is the most effed up state in the union and is dragging everybody else down with them. But so then, of course, you'll get the liberals who'll go, oh, but we pay more in the taxes than any other state. We should get some of that back. Ah, there's the part that's a lie. Go figure. That's, again, page 1 in the Democrat playbook. Californians actually pay in the basis 10th most, okay? New Jersey, Massachusetts, New York, North Dakota, Illinois, New Hampshire, Washington, Nebraska, and Colorado on a per-person basis pay in more into taxes than they get back. All those states that I just listed actually do pay more into taxes combined between all the people than the state receives. So they are operating at a net loss. California pays $12 or gets back $12 for every 10 that they put in. Okay. Or is it, no, take it back. They pay $12 for every 10 that they put in, or that they get back. Okay. So they actually are operating on the positive. But this is what we're looking at, guys. This is how important this is. it's information like this that needs to get out to the public that doesn't. They give us bits and pieces, the media, even the conservative media. They give us half the story. They don't give us the whole story. They may talk about the illegals coming in somewhere. They may talk about the GDP portion of it, but they never put it all together. So somebody goes, ding, this isn't going to work. This is going to be a problem. And it dumbfounds me that the politicians won't say it, the media won't say it, and everybody just goes, oh boy, Joe's doing so good. Like the media parroting all the time how great Bidenomics is for everybody. People need to wake up. People need to start realizing the whole picture, because if they don't, the whole picture is going to be the stars and stripes replaced with a hammer and sickle, and we will officially be the USSA. Pinball out.